In the heart of a lush, vibrant forest, where the sun filtered through the leaves and danced upon the ground, a palpable excitement thrummed in the air. Animals of all shapes and sizes had gathered in an open field, their chatter blending into a harmonious symphony of anticipation. The atmosphere was electric, charged with the thrill of competition as they awaited the grand announcement. A wooden stage stood proudly before them, adorned with colorful banners that proclaimed, "The rematch! Rabbit vs. Turtle." Fox, the charismatic announcer, stood at the edge of the stage, his voice booming with enthusiasm. "Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the most anticipated race of the century, a rematch between the fastest feet in the forest and the slowest but smartest challenger." The crowd erupted in cheers, their enthusiasm echoing through the trees. Among the throng of spectators, Rabbit stood at the forefront, flexing his powerful legs and wearing a confident smirk. His bright eyes sparkled with mischief as he declared, "This time, no naps, no distractions. I'm going all-out speed mode." The crowd roared with approval, their excitement palpable as they rallied behind their favorite competitor. Not far from Rabbit, Turtle adjusted his tiny glasses, a serene smile gracing his face as he took a sip of tea from a shell cup. "Speed isn't everything, my friend," he replied, his voice calm and measured. The crowd oohs and ahs at the tension between the two competitors, each representing a unique approach to the race that lay ahead. Squirrel, acting as the referee, stepped forward with a tiny whistle, ready to signal the beginning of the event. With a sharp blow, the race commenced, and Rabbit shot off like a bolt of lightning, kicking up a cloud of dust behind him. He was already 100 feet ahead when he glanced back to see Turtle calmly taking his first step, unfazed by the whirlwind of speed that was Rabbit. "Ha! I could take a nap, but not this time." Rabbit laughed to himself, the thrill of the race coursing through him. However, as he sped down the path, a glimmer of temptation caught his eye, a sign for a free carrot juice stand. The thought of the refreshing drink made his mouth water, and he hesitated, his resolve wavering. "Ooh, just one sip won't hurt." "Sonny," he reasoned, pulling to a stop and dashing toward the stand. Meanwhile, Turtle continued his steady pace, unfazed by the distraction. When Rabbit turned to check on his opponent, panic surged through him as he saw Turtle still moving forward, inching closer to the finish line. In a frantic gulp, Rabbit downed the juice and sprinted ahead, his heart racing with determination. But Rabbit was not one to let Turtle have the last laugh. As he dashed along the path, an idea struck him. He quickly set up a fake sign, pointing toward a supposed shortcut. "Shortcut this way," it read, a mischievous grin spreading across Rabbit's face as he hid behind a bush, waiting for Turtle to take the bait. Turtle approached the sign, scratching his chin as he read it. "Nice try, Rabbit, but I've seen your tricks before." Instead of succumbing to Rabbit's ploy, he pulled out a tiny compass and continued on the real path, his expression calm and collected. Rabbit watched in disbelief as Turtle ignored his trick. "What? He's not falling for it!" he gasped, frustration bubbling within him. Determined to regain the upper hand, Rabbit dashed ahead, plotting his next move. He quickly dug a hole in Turtle's path and covered it with leaves, a devious grin plastered on his face. "Let's see him outsmart this!" He chuckled to himself, feeling victorious, but as Turtle approached, he merely tapped the ground with his cane, chuckling softly. "Rabbit, Rabbit! Too obvious!" To Rabbit's utter astonishment, Turtle pulled out a mini ladder from his shell, calmly walking over the hole without a hint of concern. Rabbit facepalmed, incredulous at Turtle's resourcefulness. "How?" he muttered under his breath, watching Turtle continue on his way, humming a cheerful tune. Rabbit was growing increasingly desperate. He needed to outsmart Turtle, and fast. As he sprinted ahead, he suddenly heard a whooshing sound behind him. Confused, he turned to see Turtle gliding down a hill on a hidden skateboard, sunglasses perched on his nose. "Turtles can't skateboard!" Rabbit shouted, his eyes bulging in disbelief. "Evolution, my friend," Turtle replied casually, rolling past Rabbit with an effortless grace. Panic surged through Rabbit, and he pushed himself to run even faster, fear of being outdone propelling him forward. Determined to stop Turtle once and for all, Rabbit concocted yet another plan. He dug a trench and filled it with slippery mud, confident that this would finally slow his opponent down. But as Turtle approached, he revealed yet another surprise, a small raft hidden within his shell. With a tiny leaf as an oar, Turtle paddled across the mud with ease, a triumphant grin on his face. "You've got to do better than that, Rabbit," he called out, leaving Rabbit in a state of disbelief and frustration. Rabbit could only facepalm again, his plans unraveling one after another. Undeterred, Rabbit set up yet another trap, a tripwire made of vines, cleverly tied to balloons that he hoped would lift Turtle away if he fell for it. As Turtle stepped on the tripwire, Rabbit's heart raced with anticipation. But instead of tumbling, Turtle used the balloons to glide safely over the trap, smirking as he floated past. "Thanks for the lift, Rabbit," Turtle quipped, leaving Rabbit's jaw dropped in astonishment. The finish line was now in sight, and the crowd was roaring with excitement, their cheers echoing through the trees. Rabbit pushed all his energy into one final sprint, his legs pumping furiously as he raced toward victory. But just as he thought he had it in the bag, Turtle pressed a hidden button inside his shell, revealing jet-powered roller skates that propelled him forward with astonishing speed. "No!" Rabbit screamed, watching in horror as Turtle zoomed ahead, gliding effortlessly toward the finish line. With a final burst of energy, Turtle crossed the finish line first, smoothly stopping just before crashing into the cheering crowd. The animals erupted in cheers, their excitement reaching a fever pitch. Fox, the announcer, couldn't contain his enthusiasm. "And the winner is Turtle!" Again, Rabbit flopped onto the ground, gasping for breath, disbelief etched across his face. "But how?" he panted, struggling to comprehend how he had lost yet again. Turtle, still grinning, removed his sunglasses and replied, "Speed is great, but strategy wins every time." The crowd laughed, the tension of the race dissipating into a joyful camaraderie. Finally, Rabbit joined in the laughter, shaking Turtle's hand in a gesture of respect. Okay, you got me. Best 2 out of 3? He proposed, a playful glint returning to his eyes. Turtle smirked, taking another sip of his tea. "We'll see, my friend, we'll see." As the crowd of animals gathered around, Rabbit, panting but smiling, exclaimed, "Phew, that was wild. If you had fun watching me almost win." Turtle interjected, his grin widening. "Almost? You mean lose again?" Rabbit chuckled, the camaraderie of the moment warming his heart. All right. You got me. But hey, if you enjoyed this crazy race," Turtle chimed in, "don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more fun adventures," Rabbit added, pointing at the imaginary screen as if addressing an unseen audience. The crowd of animals cheered, holding up a banner that read, "Like and subscribe," in vibrant colors. Rabbit, brimming with enthusiasm, pointed at the screen again. "Hit that bell icon too. Next time, I will win." Turtle chuckled, shaking his head in amusement. "We'll see, my speedy friend, we'll see." If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more amazing stories like this. And be sure to turn on the notification bell so you never miss a new adventure. See you in the next video.